Good evening. Imagine a man who loved books so deeply that he no longer knew where stories ended and reality began. He believed giants still roamed the countryside. He believed knights still defended the weak. He believed true honor was worth risking everything for. To everyone else, he looked like an old man who had lost his mind. But more than 400 years later, the world still remembers his name. His name was Don Quixote. Written by Miguel de Cervantes, this remarkable novel is often called the first modern novel. It is funny, heartbreaking, adventurous, and surprisingly wise. Beneath its comedy lies a timeless question: is it better to see the world as it is, or as it could be? Tonight, let us ride across the dusty plains of Spain and meet the dreamer who refused to stop believing. In the quiet region of La Mancha lived a country gentleman named Alonso Quijano. His life was peaceful and ordinary. He owned a small piece of land, an aging horse, and a modest house cared for by a housekeeper and a niece. He wasn't rich, but he had something many people never find: time. Every free hour was spent reading stories about brave knights, enchanted castles, magical battles, and noble heroes who protected the innocent. The more he read, the more those stories became real to him. Soon, he no longer believed these books were fiction. He became convinced they were true histories of a forgotten age. Little by little, the ordinary world disappeared from his mind. A new world took its place. One morning, Alonso made an extraordinary decision. If the age of knights had ended, he would bring it back. He searched his house for an old suit of armor once worn by his ancestors. It was rusty, cracked, and barely usable. The helmet was missing pieces, so he repaired it with cardboard. His thin old horse received a grand new name, Rocinante. Then Alonso chose a new name for himself, Don Quixote de la Mancha. Every great knight needed a lady to inspire his courage, so he selected a peasant woman named Aldonza Lorenzo, whom he barely knew, and transformed her into the beautiful Lady Dulcinea del Toboso. Everything was ready. An ordinary man had reinvented himself as a legendary knight, and without telling anyone, he rode into the unknown. Before fighting evil, Don Quixote needed one important thing. A knight had to be officially knighted. Soon, he spotted what he believed was a magnificent castle. In reality, it was nothing more than a small roadside inn. The innkeeper quickly realized that the strange visitor truly believed his own fantasy. Rather than argue, he decided to play along. That evening, surrounded by confused travelers, the innkeeper performed a ridiculous ceremony. Using an ordinary ledger instead of a holy book, and pretending to chant sacred words, he tapped Don Quixote on the shoulder with a sword. The old gentleman smiled with pride. At last, he believed himself to be a true knight. The next day, Don Quixote met a group of merchants traveling along the road. He blocked their path. With complete confidence, he demanded they admit that no woman on earth was more beautiful than Lady Dulcinea. The merchants laughed. One jokingly replied, "Show us this lady first, then we'll agree." Don Quixote saw this as a terrible insult. He lowered his lance and charged, but Rocinante stumbled almost immediately. Horse and rider crashed onto the ground. Unable to move beneath his heavy armor, Don Quixote continued shouting heroic insults while lying helpless in the dust. One angry mule driver finally lost patience and beat him with his own broken lance. His first great adventure ended in humiliation, yet strangely, his spirit remained unbroken. After returning home, friends hid all his books, hoping to cure his madness. Instead, Don Quixote found someone willing to join his impossible quest. His name was Sancho Panza. Unlike Don Quixote, Sancho was practical, cheerful, and loved good food more than glory. Don Quixote promised him something irresistible. "Help me," he said, "and one day you'll become the governor of an island." Sancho wasn't entirely convinced, but hope has persuaded many people to follow unlikely dreams. Soon, Sancho packed his bags, climbed onto his faithful donkey, and became the loyal squire of the world's strangest knight. A legendary partnership had begun. As they travelled across the plains of Spain, Don Quixote suddenly pointed toward the horizon. "There they are!" he shouted, 30 terrible giants. Sancho looked carefully. He saw only windmills. Their long wooden sails turned slowly in the wind. But Don Quixote saw monsters with enormous arms. No explanation could change his mind. Calling upon Lady Dulcinea for courage, he lowered his lance and charged toward the nearest giant. The wind caught the giant's sails. His lance shattered instantly. The spinning blades threw both horse and rider violently to the ground. Sancho rushed over. "Master," he sighed, "I told you they were only windmills." Most people would have admitted their mistake, not Don Quixote. He calmly explained that an evil magician had transformed the giants into windmills just before the battle. It was the only possible explanation. Sancho scratched his head. Deep down, he knew the truth, but he also understood something else. His master wasn't lying. He genuinely believed what he saw. That realization changed everything. Instead of laughing at Don Quixote, Sancho chose to stay beside him. Sometimes friendship begins not by agreeing with someone, but by accepting them. The more they traveled together, the clearer their differences became. Don Quixote lived through imagination, Sancho lived through common sense. One dreamed of glory, the other dreamed of a comfortable meal. One saw castles, the other saw inns. One fought giants, the other saw windmills. Yet somehow these opposites balanced each other perfectly. Sancho protected his master's body. Don Quixote inspired Sancho's heart. Each gave the other something they could never find alone. At first glance, Don Quixote appears to be a comedy, an old man chasing impossible dreams. But Cervantes asks a much deeper question. What if society is too quick to laugh at dreamers? Yes, Don Quixote mistakes reality. But unlike many perfectly sensible people, he never stops defending the weak. He believes promises matter. He believes courage matters. He believes kindness matters. Perhaps those beliefs aren't madness after all. Perhaps they're exactly what the world needs. More than 4 centuries have passed since Cervantes wrote this remarkable story. Empires have risen and fallen. Technology has transformed human life. Yet Don Quixote continues riding through our imagination, because every generation faces the same choice: to become cynical or to keep believing that courage, hope, and goodness still have a place in the world. That is why this old knight never disappears. His adventures may be fictional, but his dreams remain timeless. As the sun sets over the endless plains of La Mancha, Don Quixote and Sancho continue riding toward another adventure waiting somewhere beyond the horizon. Perhaps tomorrow they will find another castle, perhaps another giant, or perhaps only another ordinary windmill. But to those who dare to dream, even ordinary things can become extraordinary. And maybe that is the greatest lesson Cervantes wanted to leave us. Thank you for spending this quiet evening with me. If you enjoyed tonight's story, please like this video, share it with someone who loves great books, and subscribe for more timeless journeys through the world's greatest classics. Until our next adventure, sleep well and good night.